You can call 2014 a lot of things. All in all, it wasn't a bad year, but not a great one either. But it may go down in history for one thing no one really expected. Last year in the city of San Diego, we saw a trash can breakthrough. The trash can issue just won't go away. For years, I've been hearing tales about the city's own trash trucks mangling cans, tearing them apart, and even swallowing them up in city trash trucks. In 2014, we got proof.
I noticed the trash can was missing. So I asked my son, "Did you take it in?" And he said, "No."
Their house is protected by a video surveillance system. So he went to the computer and saw this. A mechanized trash truck picks up the can to dump it, but it never puts it back down. After that report, I heard from lots of other homeowners with similar stories and missing or mangled cans. But they all had one thing in common. The city told them they'd have to pay $70 for new ones, even though they're technically city property to begin with.
We had no choice. Either you pay the $70 for the new can, or you have no trash pickup.
But I kept the heat on and contacted their city councilman. They got their $70 back, and we got a new policy announcement from the mayor.
After your report, we said, we got to change that. It's just common sense. So we are. You have no fault of their own for the homeowner. They should get that can replaced and replaced by the city.
While city leaders may be coming to their senses on that issue, you can't say the same thing for Caltrans on a major traffic safety problem. On the third day of 2014, a terrible crash on the 56 freeway pointed out a major design flaw, a flaw Caltrans pretends is no big deal. The casualties are mounting, while Caltrans ignores a nasty bit of unfinished business. Craig and Catherine Nyberg were headed east on the 56 when a car driven the other way by Nikki Sonati crossed the median and hit them head on. Catherine Nyberg had over 30 fractured bones. She and her husband are still recovering, but will never be the same. Nikki Sonati had major brain damage, had to relearn to walk and speak. She can't remember anything, and no one knows what caused the crash. We do know there's no guardrail on the 56 median. We also know back in 2013, Nick Hart was killed when a driver blacked out here and came flying across the 56 median into his path. But Caltrans insists no guardrail is needed. They say the median's wide enough for drivers to regain control if they run off the road. None of the victims or their families buy that.
Guardrail would have prevented that car from crossing. And there's been many, many cases since then that it's happened as well.
Caltrans claimed no guardrail was needed on the 54 freeway when it was built, but after a series of fatal head-on collisions, they put up guardrails. And they recently built guardrails on an isolated stretch of the 15 freeway where no one's really at risk. But so far, they refuse to budge on the 56, begging the question, how many times will we have to see scenes like this again before they come to their senses? We send our sympathies to all the victims and their families and hope to see some real progress on the 56 sometime soon. But let's end this look back on a positive note with a look at all the good things we got done. Making things right is what the Turko files are all about. And in 2014, we got results. Turko Files fans made sure we had lots of success stories in 2014. Stemar Restoration rebuilt this kitchen after a retired Navy widow got ripped off by an unlicensed contractor. West Automotive rebuilt the transmission in this guy's car after a mishap at a smog check station that left it undrivable. And dozens of local residents came together in Imperial Beach to save a community park after I exposed a city plan to privatize it and turn it over to the YMCA. But my favorite has to be the story of Marine Staff Sergeant Crispin Dickerson and his brand new Harley. I showed you how an outfit called Custom Concepts took $13 grand to repair the bike after a minor crash. They made excuses until Dickerson deployed to Afghanistan and then gave the bike back to his wife in pieces. The workers and the owner of San Diego Harley-Davidson saw that story and volunteered to fix the bike for free. They even gave it a custom paint job.
That looks a lot like my bike.
That is your bike.
That
It's your bike.
that doesn't look like what it looked like before.
His wife says the hardest part was keeping the whole deal a secret until Dickerson got home from his tour of duty.
I had no idea. I thought we were coming to get our trailer today with all my pieces.
Instead, he's putting on his helmet and going for a spin on the motorcycle he calls his pride and joy.
I can't tell you after being off that for a year how good that feels. Thanks, Turko.
Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Michael Turko, only on KUSI News.